How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some terrifying ghosts that have been spotted in hospitals. But as always, before we dive into these fascinating clips, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy, scary content just like this.
YouTuber Brian Starovsky is no stranger to the creepy, mysterious places that exist all around us. His YouTube channel is filled with videos in which he explores long-forgotten places in an attempt to uncover their mysteries. Why were they abandoned? More importantly, what might be lingering in these shadowy corners of civilization where most people are too afraid to explore? In this video, the brave urban explorer decides to venture into an abandoned mental asylum. As in most of his fascinating videos, he enters the former asylum alone, armed only with a camera to stand between him and whatever might be lurking behind the long closed doors of a building once meant to lock up the most disturbed members of society. The inside of the former mental hospital has been ravaged by time. It's dark and dirty, leaving plenty of shadowy corners where wayward spirits could be lurking. As our explorer heads down one hallway, we see open rooms with bare mattresses on the floor, painting a depressing picture of the lives that the former inmates must have lived there. As the camera examines these rooms, the strip of light coming from the window at the end of the hall is extinguished for a few seconds, before beginning to illuminate the hall once again. Upon closer inspection, the footage reveals what appears to be a mysterious figure walking in front of the window. The YouTuber insists that he was alone as he explored the hospital. In such a solitary space, he certainly would have noticed another person. What could the mysterious figure seen near the window have been? Was it a ghost? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comment section below. YouTuber Chimpanity Films thought it would be fun to bring along a camera and capture some behind the scenes shots of the cast and crew while shooting a student film at the Metropolitan State Mental Hospital in Norwalk, California. According to the video's description, those involved in the production had already been hearing strange noises. However, it wasn't until the YouTuber reviewed their footage sometime later that they realized they might have captured a ghost on camera. About 2.5 minutes into the video, a group of crew members are finishing a scene from the film. The clip then cuts to an empty hallway where a pale, ghostly figure can be seen walking from one side to the other. While its features are blurry and unclear, it certainly does look like a transparent person. The figure wanders across the hallway and disappears through a doorway, just as several crew members come into view. They jog past and never seem to notice its presence. Who or what could this figure have been? The ghost of a deceased patient perhaps, or was it simply the work of a clever editor? Sadly, without further information, we may never learn the truth behind this creepy video. Uploaded to Risa V4's YouTube channel in September 2012, this footage, taken from several surveillance cameras at a nursing home, shows something very chilling indeed. On one camera feed, we can see an object suddenly appear near the arm of one of the chairs. Oddly, there's no break or glitch in the video feed, which tends to suggest that the video footage has not been edited in any way. According to several viewers, they believe that the object looks like a cane, one that possibly belonged to a deceased resident of the nursing home who might be still lingering there in the afterlife. Just moments after the cane appears near the chair, it suddenly flies out of the room, and its movement is captured by a different camera as it lands on the floor near an elevator.
Boom. And then
many staff members, residents, and guests seem to pass by without even noticing it. Eventually, someone picks it up and leans it against the wall. Then, shortly after two people are seen getting into the elevator, the cane mysteriously disappears, just as suddenly as it appeared, blinking out of existence without a trace.
gone.
This is certainly a very strange video and one that can't easily be explained. What could be responsible for the cane's bizarre movements? Could it be the result of something supernatural? Or is there something else going on here? Love to hear what you think about this mysterious piece of footage in the comments section below. This next video comes to us from YouTuber Rahul Katwal and features footage taken from a CCTV security camera system placed outside of a hospital. The video shows the outside of the hospital with a sitting area where patients can relax during the day. Although no one's nearby, a wheelchair suddenly starts to move. Initially it has a slight backwards movement, then, after a few seconds, it begins to roll forward. Just when you think the wind might be responsible, the wheelchair changes direction on its own and starts moving towards the walkway. It wheels itself down the pathway, even adjusting course when it starts to veer into the grass. The front desk attendant comes out to watch, confused by the situation. There's no clear explanation for the runaway wheelchair, but perhaps the spirit of a former patient is to blame, one that decided it was finally time to make an escape from the hospital where they lived out their final days. You might think that working night shift at a nursing home is not an exciting job. However, after watching this video uploaded by YouTuber TN74, you might just change your mind. The CCTV security cameras at the nursing home have managed to capture something quite unusual, roaming the darkened hallways. A bright orb of white light appears every few seconds and makes its way up and down the hallway. However, it isn't a typical orb. Usually when orbs appear on film, they're completely round. This orb, however, has moving protrusions that seem to bubble from its surface as it moves. In some shots, the protrusions seem almost like arms and legs pushing out from the orb. In other shots, they seem more random. Many viewers of the video believe that the brightness of the orb is an indication that the video might have been faked using editing software. However, others insist that it is in fact the real deal. So has this CCTV camera actually captured a ghost roaming the halls of this old nursing home? Or could there be another explanation behind this mysterious glowing orb? This video, uploaded to YouTube by Music Lover World, has captured something very bizarre at the Eden Hospital in Dimapur, India. The footage shows what appears to be a patient preparing to leave the hospital. They suddenly stop in their tracks when they notice that one of the wheelchairs is moving on its own. At first, the movements are slight, but it's definitely moving. As he watches more closely, the wheelchair's movements become more obvious. After a few seconds, it turns to face him and begins rolling towards the door, almost as if it's targeting him specifically. The patient then turns and begins to run in the opposite direction. Just like the earlier video with the moving wheelchair, some viewers believe that this clip is staged using a remote control. However, if you take a closer look at the wheelchair, it doesn't appear to have any equipment or remote control receiver attached to it. Could then this wheelchair be under the control of something supernatural? This YouTuber insists that it was actually driven by a real ghost. Before we get to that #1 spot and take a look at some truly eerie poltergeist activity, remember to hit that subscribe button and tickle the bell icon. That way you'll be in the loop about all our latest scary and creepy content. When members of Detroit Paranormal Expeditions visited the Eloise Psychiatric Hospital to see if there were any spiritual presences there, they ended up getting more than they bargained for. Psychic medium Brandy Marie felt a clear presence on the 3rd floor of the hospital, so the group began a geobox session in an effort to contact the spirit. The footage shows that the session was suddenly interrupted, presumably by the entity that they were trying to talk to. A vinyl record violently flies off a cabinet with enough force to shatter it on the floor. The investigators let out a mighty scream, and one of them can be heard saying, "We're going."
Okay. Time to go. We're going.
According to the video's description, neither Brandy nor the other investigators could replicate or explain the occurrence. Does this then suggest that the broken record was the result of paranormal activity? Perhaps it was the work of a poltergeist, intent on removing the investigators from its eternal haunt.
If you want to see some more freaky ghost footage, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a paranormal playlist right there. Now, if you want to get your name scrolling along the top there, consider supporting our Patreon campaign. There's a link in the description box below. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.